Hey, qu'est-ce que sup?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most quotable lines and catchphrases from The Big Bang Theory that have seeped into our everyday lives. We're sticking to spoken dialogue, although Soft Kitty is perfectly quotable too.
Little ball of fur,
kitty,
happy kitty, sleepy kitty,
Number 10, my spot, various. Let's be real, Sheldon Cooper isn't the only one who's partial to a particular spot. We all have them.
You love that spot.
No, I love my mother. My feelings for my spot are much greater.
Maybe our reasons are a lot less elaborate than his, but we can't deny the frustration that bubbles up when someone else sits in our preferred place.
You're sitting in my spot.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Leonard, she's in my spot.
Yeah.
Would we lecture them about why we need to sit exactly there? Probably not. Would we politely ask them to move? We might. Or we TBBT fans might just skip all of that with a short and punchy, "That's my spot." Then if they refuse to move, we might be tempted to hit them with a Sheldon-esque rant. Look, just don't sit in our spot, alright?
In the summer, it's directly in the path of a cross breeze created by opening windows there and there. It faces the television at an angle that is neither direct, thus discouraging conversation, nor so far wide as to create a parallax distortion. I could go on, but I think I've made my point.
Number 9, a non-optional social convention. The peanut reaction. If you know someone who'd rather stay home and watch another Big Bang Theory rerun than engage in any social activity, you might have used this line once or twice. In the series, Howard offers Penny this one-liner to explain why Sheldon has to buy his friend a birthday present.
Try telling him it's a non-optional social convention.
What?
Just do it.
It's a non-optional social convention.
Huh, fair enough.
However, we'd argue that this phrase can be used in a multitude of ways. For example, if someone had told Amy to use it, maybe she wouldn't have had to attend her family event alone.
I had to go to my aunt's party all by myself, and everybody was like, "Where's this boyfriend you're always talking about? Is he real, or did you make him up like Armin the miniature horse breeder?"
Just a heads up, if you use it, brace yourself for the chaos of dealing with a social convention newbie.
Sheldon, we have to go.
Why?
Well, for one thing, we're late for Leonard's birthday party, and for another, I told him to call security.
Number 8, nerdy insults. The Middle-earth paradigm and the bat jar conjecture. Besides some super quotable lines, TBBT dished out perfect insults we're definitely ready to use when the moment calls for it.
I mean, of course, we're all animals, but some of us have climbed a little higher on the evolutionary tree.
If he understands that, you're in trouble.
So what? I'm unevolved?
You're in trouble.
Like, remember when Leonard and Kurt face off at Penny's Halloween party and Leonard pulls out this whimsical zinger?
A Homo habilis discovering his opposable thumb says what?
What?
It's ideal for a sneaky dig at someone's intelligence. Just maybe make sure they can't respond with brute force first. If you're after something more playground yet intellectual, how about Sheldon's twist on the old "I'm rubber, you're glue"?
I'm polymerized tree sap, and you're an inorganic adhesive, so whatever verbal projectile you launch in my direction is reflected off of me, returns on its original trajectory, and adheres to you.
Feel that burn, Leslie? Well, do ya?
Oh, ouch.
Sure, Leslie's inorganic adhesive might have rebounded from Sheldon's polymerized tree sap, but that won't stop us from giving it a whirl. Number 7, Penny voices disbelief or shock. The Cooper-Nowitzki theorem. Penny has a knack for expressing her thoughts without saying them outright. For example, when she drops a sweetie, it's normally not quite as sweet as you might think. Just ask Sheldon.
Penny has upgraded his designated term of endearment, thus distinguishing him from those she calls sweetie, usually in an attempt to soften a thinly veiled insult.
You're boring people, sweetie.
Although sometimes she omits the veil entirely.
However, when we're in shock or utter disbelief, there's another quote from Penny that we often turn to.
Sorry. Holy crap on a cracker.
A postgrad student called Ramona enters Sheldon's life, and their relationship becomes a little, let's call it, intense. Ramona's quirks leave everyone puzzled, but Penny ends up in some seriously awkward situations that leave her utterly dumbfounded. Penny may not have coined the phrase, but since she first used it, we found ourselves using it a whole lot more.
Sure, sisters. Holy crap on a cracker.
Number 6, reasons one cries. The gorilla experiment. We've all been in situations where someone's sheer lack of sense leaves us utterly speechless. Even the opposable thumbs insult wouldn't cut it. Like that time when Penny just wanted to learn a little physics, and Sheldon made her feel like she was totally dim.
A little physics? There's no such thing. Physics encompasses the entire universe, from quantum particles to supernovas, from spinning electrons to spinning galaxies.
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't need the PBS special.
Seriously, he didn't need to be such a jerk about it.
How can you not know? I just told you. Have you suffered a recent blow to the head?
Hey, you don't have to be so mean.
I'm sorry.
In Sheldon's world, anyone who isn't him or a fellow super genius is basically a moron. So poor Penny didn't stand a chance. But let's be honest, we've all been there. You're so frustrated with someone's cluelessness that you feel like you might just cry right there on the spot.
One cries because one is sad. For example, I cry because others are stupid and it makes me sad.
Number 5, who's calling at this ungodly hour? The pancake batter anomaly. With the technology boom in recent years, it can be really hard to switch off.
It's for you.
Hello? Penny, this is not a good time.
Nowadays, people can contact you at whatever ungodly hour they see fit. Well, sure, you could put your cell on silent. Who here hasn't forgotten only to have their sleep rudely interrupted by an early caller? If you're a TBBT fan, you might find that as you groggily sit up and rub your eyes, you wonder to yourself,
well, who's calling at this ungodly hour?
Or maybe you'll hear an irritable voice echoing it from another room. Hey, maybe you even skip the usual hello and greet them with that line instead. Bonus points if you do it in Howard's mum's voice.
Well, ask them why they're calling at this ungodly hour.
How can I ask them when I'm talking to you?
Number 4, your Ken can kiss my Barbie. The panty pinata polarization. This is proof that sometimes you don't need to understand the context to deliver a killer comeback. Take Penny and Sheldon's feud, for example. They trade some seriously memorable lines.
Yeah, no, there's a new policy. No shoes, no shirt, no Sheldon.
I bet we could sell that sign all over Pasadena.
But there's one that really hits home for us, and we'd be lying if we said we hadn't thought about using it in our own arguments. Penny really gets under Sheldon's skin by messing with his laundry night.
Do my laundry another night.
Another night? Well, I guess you can try, but deep inside your heart, you'll know that laundry night is always Saturday night.
He then snaps back, all fired up, claiming she doesn't know who she's dealing with. But then, in less than 10 words, Penny fires back so brilliantly that you'd think Sheldon might turn pinker than Barbie's Malibu beach house.
Woman, you are playing with forces beyond your ken.
Yeah, well, your Ken can kiss my Barbie.
Number 3, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. The Lizard Spock expansion. According to Sam Cass, co-creator of this game of chance, when you play the original rock, paper, scissors with someone you know well, the chances of tying are pretty high.
Players familiar with each other will tie 75 to 80% of the time due to the limited number of outcomes. I suggest rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
However, with more options, those odds are lowered, unless all the players are huge Star Trek fans.
Okay, one of us is going to have to stop putting up Spock.
How do we decide that?
Rock, paper, scissors, Spock!
Still, we can't deny that we've tried this version to settle disputes. We might have tried Missy's version from young Sheldon if she had elaborated on the rules a little more.
Well, what if we added a few more choices? Like rock, paper, scissors, candy, pony.
Yes, the rules are hard to follow. In the bloopers, even Jim Parsons struggles to keep up. But once you get it down, it's a handy time saver.
Lizard eats paper. Paper, oh gosh, I messed up.
Oh.
It's not as simple as you think, Mark. Okay.
Number 2, Schrodinger's Friendship, the Russian rocket reaction. Before the Big Bang Theory entered our lives, many of us likely hadn't heard of Erwin Schrödinger. Thanks to the physicist and, surprisingly, Sheldon, we discovered a new equation to tackle some of life's problems.
Just like Schrodinger's cat, your potential relationship with Leonard right now can be thought of as both good and bad. It is only by opening the box that you'll find out which it is.
Sheldon puts this theory to another use during a spat with Leonard over an invitation from Will Wheaton. We've all been at odds with our friends, and wouldn't it have been great to have such a simple way to handle it?
Until you either do not go or go to Will Wheaton's party, you are simultaneously my friend and not my friend. I'm characterizing this phenomenon as Schrodinger's Friendship.
Who needs full-on blowouts or underhanded jibes when you can just let physics do the fighting for you? Warning, proceed with caution. You might just end up infuriating your buddies even more.
Pretty cool about Howard, huh?
Don't talk to me as if nothing's happened between us. And yes, it sure is, buddy.
God's sake, will you stop with the Schrodinger stuff?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Jibber jabber, the engagement reaction. It's not that Penny invented the phrase, but we shall use it a lot more often after hearing her say it.
Interesting. Do you know where the phrase jibber jabber comes from?
Oh my God, you're about to jibber jabber about jibber jabber.
3 knocks, various. Don't tell us you've never greeted your friends the Sheldon Cooper way.
I bet that started off as a joke. But by the third one, you realize there was something strangely enjoyable about it.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it again.
It's a Saturnalia miracle. The bath item gift hypothesis. How to spot the Big Bang Theory fan at Christmas.
Leonard, look, Sheldon's hugging me.
It's a Saturnalia miracle.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Bazinga, various. In the Big Bang Theory universe, the term Bazinga originally started as an inside joke among the writers, notably Stephen Engel, who would use it while playing tricks on his colleagues.
Okay, how's that?
You actually had it right in the first place. Once again, you've fallen for one of my classic pranks. Bazinga.
Though the term predates the show today, it's inseparable from Sheldon. In fact, it's so iconic that its origins even get a nod in young Sheldon. It's quite amazing how a simple inside joke among co-workers evolved into one of the most beloved catchphrases of the entire series.
Amy, I find myself wondering if we should actually engage in coitus at least one time in our relationship. Bazinga.
As huge Big Bang fans, who among us hasn't bounced around a ball pit shouting Bazinga at the top of our lungs? Well, maybe we have. Or maybe not. Bazinga!
Bazinga! Bazinga! Bazinga!
Which TBBT line do you often find yourself quoting? Let us know in the comments.
Sorry, I was waiting for the bazinga.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.